Hey traders, this is Travis from ProfitbullPro. Also FGM. If you don't know what that is, it's First Generation Millionaires. We're gonna go live today on YouTube for the first time. This is also known as the closing bell. We'll go over some CO2. I always say CO2, COT reports. Some economical news that happened throughout the week. If you didn't see the pre-show that was on Periscope, check us live. We're gonna be doing more pre-shows for these live webinars, just so you can see like the behind the scenes or maybe conversation that may be happening in the near future, things of that nature. I'm gonna let everybody start rolling in slowly. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Zoom. If you're not in our Zoom channel, the only way to get access to that will be on our Telegram group. Link will be always in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this from Instagram, hey, join our family at First Generation Millionaires and ProfitbullPro. We also have IE investing, and we also have digital cash route. Brill, stop hiding. I know you coming back to the industry. If you don't know what that's about, definitely look at our Telegram chat group on FGM. You'll understand what's going on over there. Like I said, I'm going to slowly let people roll in, and then we're going to really start this off. If you're on Zoom, unfortunately, you cannot hear this live playlist that I have, unfortunately. So, sorry, but may want to get on the YouTube just to say, hey, what's up? So, yeah. Today, we're going to be going over indices. If you're into Forex, you can't just look at one thing. You can't just look at the currency. So we're going to look at the bond yields. We'll be looking at currency futures. That's why we're looking at the COT report. I'm going to get into the indices, aka the indexes like S&P 500, the Nikkei if you're into Japanese yen, things of that nature. And like I said before, get into some fundamental news. I see you on Instagram. What's going on? And thank you on YouTube. It's going to be kind of hard for me to bounce back and forth from each platform, but I'll try to do my best as we go along with this. And also, feel free ask questions as we're going on in the chat group. If you're on Zoom, you have the capability to unmute yourself, but try not to do that too much. Just, so then we'll have too much noise going on. And if y'all don't mind, I have to have my dinner, so I'm going to be eating and talking. And yo, like one time, RIP to Mr. Hustle himself. Like, Nipsey, we miss you, and your vision's not gonna stop with you, Just gonna have to say that for the one time. Oh man. I'm gonna wait 2 more minutes until we hit 8:15, and you really just get right into it. This was a great week. We're definitely gonna go over like some trades on Sunday night, maybe into Monday. I'm really trying to figure out how to do the 52-week review if you're not watching those live. Because like I know we got the schedule for Sundays to do like a Sunday markup, and then we have Monday for fundamentals, but like I don't do the fundamentals, so like I have to really figure out what would be best for the community. So like if you're in the Telegram group, please voice your opinion. This is for you, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day. So hey, welcome Cam. Just to let you know, we are also live on YouTube. So there's a playlist playing in the background. So if you are talking, I really won't be able to hear you. But all this will be recorded as well on the Zoom for the community. So yeah, we're gonna get into it in one more minute when we get to like 8:15. I'm gonna turn this music down just a little bit. It's kind of hard for people to hear me. They're saying, and I appreciate everybody voting. Right now we're at 33% on each. Some people like Periscope, some people like the Zoom, some people want the YouTube. So maybe like, each week we'll play around, see exactly what everybody wants. All right, so let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. So as you can see on the screen, we have the dollar index. If anybody who trades Forex, this is like the bread and butter, Out of all the G7 currencies, this is one of the top dogs. And if we get into our currency strength index that we have here, this is all of the G7s. We have the Aussie that's in orange. In the yellow, we have the CAD. And this teal blue, we have Switzerland franc. And this red one, naturally, is the US dollar. This white one is the Japanese yen. Then we have the euro in green, Great British pound at the bottom in blue. And then we have this like magenta pink in New Zealand dollars. So when we're talking about currencies, we have to know the major 7 and the flow of the market. So with that being said, naturally, we're going to talk about the dollar index. So this week, definitely great fundamental news that dropped out. Today was Friday's first week of the month. What do we have? Non-farm payroll. Positive news on that end. Bring that chart up. So this is the non-farm payroll. This is basically everything in one clump next to the GDP. So this report is very important, how the dollar fluctuates. I apologize with that. So with that being said, this actually was a positive news. If we looked at the past month, we was at 33. So we had a giant jump in positive outlook on the U.S. economy. I'm not going to even state my opinion on this information. I'm just saying, hey, this is the news that affected the U.S. dollar, hence why we had this push today. So if we look back on the dollar index, on the close of the daily for today, we had this pin bar. Also having this engulfing candle on Thursday with individuals who may not know non-farm payroll report. It's reported on Fridays. But certain individuals, if you're microeconomic economics or a macro, you already can do the math. Like most of the time, you can do the math to figure out what's going on and or predict what the outcome or the forecast will be. So when you're looking at these websites like Trading Economics, or if you're on FX Book or what have you, they'll have something that says forecast. You can do the math to figure this information out. So with that being said, hence why we had this big push on Thursday. Hey guys on Instagram, thank you for joining us. All right, so yeah, that's why we had this big engulfing candle on Thursday, because the prediction for this push. Now we got rejected in this zone here on the daily for Friday, only because this is an overbought zone. Now let's see what we have on the COT report that can back up the claim for the current week for Tuesday. See if we have some more push in the dollar strength. So right here, if you didn't watch last week live, we talked about the COT report, and I'll go over briefly how to read this information. So we have major players, non-major players in the game, medium major players, right? The non-major players are the non-reportables. That's you and I, us retail traders, basically. And then we have the leverage money, which are the fund managers. Then we have the asset managers, who are individuals like major companies. And then we have the dealers, are the major banks. You know, these individuals are selling or making the contracts with all these other individuals. So me personally, I personally like looking at the dealers and flipping everything in reverse. So if we have a lot of short positions, if you put that in reverse, we have a lot of buy positions. And if we look at the asset managers, look what they have, a lot of long positions. So these individuals need to buy from them, and guess what they need to do? Sell to them. So it's really no need to look at all these other individuals if you just look at what the dealer's doing. You know, look at the supplier and you understand how stuff is flowing, basically. So with that being said, we have a lot of buy orders, basically. You know, major buy orders, because like I said, think in reverse for the dealer. The dealer needs to sell a lot. And guess what? We have the asset managers buying more contracts. If we look above here, they increased by 4,000. So basically, we're going to have more volume pushing upwards, showing bullish momentum for the dollar index. And if we look back to our strength calculator here, we have the dollar index slowly creeping up. And then we still have these other major, like the GDP, not the GDP, Great British Pound, still creeping lower. So those funds will allocate there. And if you don't understand how the flow of the market works, you have these, like I said earlier in the live, we have 7 major currency pairs, not counting any exotic currency pairs, that money needs to fluctuate and flow through. It's just a cycle of money moving around. So with that being said, you're going to have the US dollar pushing maybe euro lower, or we may have the CAD, because the CAD had a lot of push up last week with some positive news, but they couldn't withstand that. So that allocation of funds may go to the US dollar. Can't really prove it, but most of the time if you watch the 52-week reports, 9 out of 10 I'm right. So I don't know. Anyway, so let's move forward. So let's look at some of this news. So Brexit. If you want, all these news articles will be in our Telegram group. I will be sharing these links. If you're watching this currently, you can read it yourself. I'm just gonna give you a brief summary. But basically, all right, we're gonna have an extension. The Brexit deal should have closed back in March 29th. Theresa May, she found a way to, you know, get back in there, and we have until June 30th. So we're gonna, if you're trading any British pound pairs, everybody's loving this. It's a lot of momentum and volatility. So hey, keep it up. We're gonna eat all through midsummer, June 30th. I don't know if this is just, long story short though, I'm gonna say this live. I'm gonna be super long on Great British Pound towards, like, every time it buys dips. I have 3 trading accounts. One's for the long term. I'm buying every dip that we move lower, because this thing is gonna rocket like Bitcoin if you're into Bitcoin and stuff of that nature. But it's gonna moon, ladies and gentlemen. So I can't prove it, but I have some fundamental analysis proving this can be right. But anyway, we're not gonna get into that. So that's that on this article. And then we talk about the EU, the split. How come this is not going through? Same thing, Brexit. It's all connected. I've been saying this for the last, 3 to 4 months now? Come on, listen. They're all connected. So when you got something going on with the euro, it's going on in the Brexit. It's affecting the Great British Pound. Cycle. Most of the fundamental data, like not indexes, but like interest rates and inflation, they're not really moving these two pairs as much as possible. Yes, they may give it a little engulfing candle for the day, but then if you looked at all our other reports or videos on our YouTube channel, it goes right back into the main trend of the cycle. And so that's that on those 2 articles. Then we have Trump in the USA. Gold is slowly getting a little more shine to it, you know. So this is another cool article I would strongly recommend if you're into commodities like gold, silver, or any heavy metals. aluminum, things of that nature. Good article to check out. I'm not going to get into that too much. But talking about commodities, let's get into the oil. Gotta love the oil. Oil prices fall dramatically, but there were some weekly gains taken out. So another good article to check out. Like I said, if you're into commodities, this is a great article to check out. I will be dropping this in our Telegram group. But the thing is, we're gonna go over the charts for the gold, but we got some good entries. We're kind of like at the top. And in the Asian market, because we have this potential China deal possible going through, there's definitely a lot of people are trying to hedge. I know Canada got affected through this deal. The Euro definitely got affected. And Aussie. Those three currency pairs really getting affected by this Asia and China and US deal. So if you don't understand what's going on with Brexit and the US trade deal, it's basically the same thing. It deals with China without saying it. And the EU split has to do with Brexit. So just like they're all connected. China's like really, I've been saying it, like I feel like personally China's like Thanos right now. Thanos, I don't know how you say his name, but if you're into the Marvel movies, that's Thanos right now, in my opinion. But anyway, and then Treasury yields, because the job claim of this week on, I believe that was Thursday, pushed this up. Hence why we had another push up also on Thursday on the dollar index, as we can see. Positive news. And like I spoke about earlier, Brexit with the possible China deal affecting us. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's what happened as a recap on fundamental news. All right, so let's get right into the charts. So we're gonna get to the dollar index. Like I said, we have this possible push up, but we have this pin bar. Get on the weekly. So this is our next target, in my opinion. As long as we can keep this major level for the current weeks, I do see some more push up. Because like I said, we have until, what's that, June 30th? June 30th, we can get a lot of US push to this zone, right? And then after the Brexit deal is finished, complete, US and China deal is done as well and complete, I'm gonna be shorting US dollar in this area, going super long on euro and the pound. I'm saying this here first, ladies and gentlemen. I put that on my chain. It's gonna go down anyway. So that's that. It's kind of tough to make a bold prediction like that, but I study a lot of macro. So that's that on the dollar index. Now let's get back to the COT report and see what else we have on our currency pairs. I'm gonna get into Aussie, do this the right way and go into order. So let's look at the Aussie. I do see some weakness coming there. Let's see what we have here. Dealers are dropping down on their long positions, increasing on their shorts. All right, they're going short. Weakness, there we go. Let's take a look over here. Oh, we'll do it. Let's take a look over here. Cool. I want the Aussie. There we go. So, created a pin bar here, but still got some weakness. We can really get down to this monthly level. This monthly level will be perfect to push down towards, especially because China's not doing any oil deal with Australia, so that's affecting them. Even though a lot of traders are gonna go, all right, well, we at the bottom. Think about what else is going on. Get the bigger picture. We can really fall down to these levels, then push up throughout the year. But for the whole year, me personally, I'm very, very, very bearish on Aussie. So just saying, hey, do your own research. I'm just giving you my personal opinion. This is not trading or financial advice, as you already know. Just had to throw that out there. But that's what we have on there. Let's actually pull up the bond market for that. As you can see, bond market fell with the dollar. They're not really optimistic for, the Aussie. So usually you don't have the bonds flowing the same direction as the currency. So when you have something of this sort, 9 out of 10, yeah, you have a weak emerging market. Sorry about that. Just answering some messages on Instagram since we're live over there. People asking questions in the DM as well. Hey everyone on YouTube. Thank you for checking us out. It's gonna be a long one, so like, hey, you can come back in, come back out, hokey pokey, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. But hey, if anybody has any questions, like I said before, you can throw them in the chat group, either in our Telegram. I'm live everywhere, so I'm kind of trying to be omniscient here, like a DJ. Talking about being a DJ, if you want me to put more music on, I can, but I'm not really stressing that. All right, so that was Aussie. Let's go next. Down to, I think the next is Great British Pound. Yeah, all right, cool. Get some crumpets and tea here. So this is the look for the 2-year note. This is a little different if we're gonna, after we look at the pound on the currency. Very positive, especially with this engulfing. We're gonna have some more weakness on the dollar or the pound as the currency. So this is gonna keep pushing up as the pound falls. Let's take a look at the pound. I love this record, by the way. If I can get my mind together. There we go. All right. Pound. See how we're falling negatively down. I said this about the Aussie. When you have both going in the same direction, that's not good. We have an opposite direction. So, hey, I'm not making this up. I can't be live, but I know the market. So that's why I'm able to talk about it in this way, in fashion. So regarding that, we have some bearish momentum. Let's look at the COT report and see what we have going on over there. I think they're gonna still have some more bearish momentum. Let's see what we have. Cool. Longs is still pushing up. They increased the dealers by 5,000 positions, and the asset managers increased by 4,000 positions. So hey, ladies and gentlemen, we will be shorting some more pounds. Now that all depends, because this week I was definitely going in on the Great British Pound and the CAD and JPY. We definitely, toughed it out. Had some great trades on those. So you just gotta know, if you're gonna be trading currency pairs, you gotta know who's gonna be the loser out of the two. Which is like watching sports or what have you. You know the Knicks are not gonna beat the Golden State, so why would you, go against them? Just saying. So with that being said, let's get back to the chart. Close this up. I'm not gonna really need this any longer. So we'll look a little closer, dive a little deeper into the daily. We've been rejecting this monthly level. Now most traders, well, we got this flag. We don't have a flag. It looks like a flag, but no. We have a slight uptrend, but we have still rejection of the zone. Once we break this zone, we can still be very bearish. Me personally, it all depends on the currency pair, but as a whole, do you see this coming down? I'm going to be really having some swing consolidation in this area until we break this area. I definitely see this breaking through probably on Tuesday, on Wednesday. That's when we get more volume in the trading market. If you are used to trading, most people are super excited. They want to trade Sunday and Monday. Honestly, if you're not trading any Asian pairs like JPY, New Zealand dollar, China, or Aussie, it makes no sense to trade on Monday and Tuesday. It's no volume. Me personally, as a trader, I believe in this formula as price time volume. If there's no volume, you're not gonna make any money. So why even waste the time? Might as well see what the market's doing and plan your attack. So that's Great British Pound. Let's move forward. And anybody who just got in, I thank you. I appreciate you actually taking the time out to watch this live. I think that's really important to say thank you and for all the support. So for those who are on the Zoom, this is being recorded. So if you feel like, you got to do something, want to go out, drink, celebrate because you make pips, go ahead. This will be on YouTube. Talking about YouTube, we are live on YouTube playing music in the background. For those who are still watching, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And also those who are dropping questions in the DM on Instagram, I will get to them towards the end. Okay? But I had to give a quick thank you for everybody. So let's get back to the COT report. So now we're going to get into the CAD, see what those dealers are doing. I think, we're going to still have some shorting for the CAD, especially like I said, had a major push, and we need to allocate the CAD money to the US dollar. It's a lot easier to do that fundamentally. So as we can see, we have some dealers pushing up their long positions. So let's look at the asset managers. They increase on their shorts. So, hey, let's get shorting the CAD. And like I said, look at the strength index. CAD had some push last week. Pushed up. This is last week. And, slowly decreasing. As that's decreasing, who's increasing? The US dollar. So we're going to take the funds from Great British Pound. We're going to take the funds from CAD, push that to the US dollar. So I know a lot of us are not really fans of the US dollar. Most of us are pound traders. Doesn't mean you can't trade the pound. You just got to figure out who's going to be the best currency pair to get you as many pips that you desire. Me, I'm a simple dude. I want 5% gains a week. So it doesn't really matter if the pips are there. I just want the profit. So let's look at the charts. Let's get that up. All right, CAD. So as we see right here on the daily, we have this double top. Well, it's a downtrend. Get this tool here. We're downtrending. It's not that simple not to see. So we have this downtrend. Some people would say a flag, but this is not a flag due to we have a shoulder here, head, a shoulder here, creating this downtrend. All right, we're trying to accumulate more orders to break down this major zone to get to this monthly zone. Once we get to this monthly zone on a daily, I would say we'll get a push back up to this major level. Okay, it's really not that hard to really understand, especially if we're looking at the COT report and combining that data. We're gonna get a push down. So me, my personal opinion, I'm gonna be bearish on the CAD, and also because oil is not doing well. We just seen that on that deal there, and if we get into the indices down in this video, you'll see that oil's not doing as well as it could be because it's actually at its top. So if you don't know what each currency trades or their imports and exports, strongly recommend going to Trading Economics and going to indexes, going to countries. Let's go to CAD. If I can fucking read, there we go. Canada, go to trade, not as in trading, but trades like things that they import and export. Let's see by category. Let's say export. So look at this: minerals, fuel, oil, 20%. So if oil's not doing well, Canada's not doing well. Like, I've been studying the market for so long, I don't need to look at these things. But I'm just saying, hey, as a new trader, or if you're lost, you really need to start looking at fundamentals. It'll make a big difference. So you can't just look at technicals and just hope for the best, in my opinion. I can be wrong. Who knows? But that's that. So with that being said, looking back at the charts, definitely going to be pushing downward into the zone. Be cautious with CAD. You don't want to trade this against Switzerland franc or something weak of that sort, because you may get whipsawed. So you want to trade this against a major pair like US dollar, euro, and Great British pound. But the thing is, if you have this week and Great British pound week, I wouldn't want to trade that. I want to trade something that's a confident trade. So definitely switching it up. US dollar CAD pairs, and maybe let's see who else we have on the strength index. Euro CAD and Aussie CAD. If Aussie can keep their momentum, let's see. Once we get to the COT report for them, I think we already did that actually. So for them, I would not feel confident actually. I will wait. I would look at major levels depending on your charting style. Making sure that you get the best entries. Maybe you want to do maybe quick scalps, 5 to 10 pips max on that currency pair for the Aussie CAD. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So let's look at the bond market for the CAD. See what we got going on over there. You know what? Since we're talking about CAD, I will look at the oil market. So look what we have here. The opposite direction. Moving upward. So just saying, I want to give y'all, ladies and gentlemen, quick little simple tips to get your analysis up to date and up to standard. You need to start thinking like a bank. Don't think like a gambler. You know, there's a system to this. You know, there's no guessing. So with that being said, the bond market is going up. Even if we looked at the 10-year note or the 15 note, it wouldn't be the same, because the 2-year note's a lot faster. You know, those are the people who are in and out daily. You know, so something to look at. Get back to indices. Let's look at the gold and the oil. So let's look at the U.S. oil. U.S. oil's pushing, like I said, but we look at this on a weekly. We're in these major zones. You know, major zones. We slightly broke over the 55 moving average. But this is a major zone here. So, I don't know. See this falling. Let's take a look at just regular crude oil. Same situation. So, just saying, keep an eye out. We're going to have some push downward. Also, could probably have a W pattern forming. But let's see what we have here on the Fibonacci, because fibs don't lie. We're at the 20, we're at the 38. So you know what? Yeah, we're gonna probably reject this area. It would have been better if it was at the 50 level, but yeah, we're gonna reject this area. So when we get to 64 whole number, definitely be into trading commodities like oil. Definitely want to start shorting this. But hey, this is my opinion, not trading advice, you know. So hey, do your own analysis at all cost. So that's that. Let's get into the next one. Oh, your question is why do I look at the COT report? All right, good question. So imagine if someone told you that there's a roadmap to how money flows, and the major banks they legally, in America at least, have to give out their information. So if you know what the banks in America are doing, all the major banks make the same move. Never do the British bank do something separate than the U.S. bank, or the Japanese bank is doing something separate against the Canadian bank regarding how they move their currencies, because they need to make the same trades. Okay, so when you're watching these currency pairs, it doesn't really matter which bank is giving its free information out. They're doing the same thing. So with that being said, thank God in America they make this information available legally now. They send out this report on Tuesdays. We, the public, get it every Friday. Hence why we're doing this closing bell COT report. Excuse me. So with that being said, you want to take this information and prepare. Now these trades were done on through Tuesday and throughout this week. But these major banks, they have a lot of money. They can't just drop all that volume within 1 week. So you got to keep looking at the trades, and see, all right, cool. Really look at the positions. Now, when I first started this whole number, half number philosophy, I know that the banks are not sitting here looking at charts. They have a major computer putting in orders at whole numbers, half numbers. So when you see my charts chart up using something that Brill showed me with Fibonacci levels, it kind of makes more sense. So now it's a lot easier to see the market when I have major levels that are respected throughout the market. I have my COT report giving me a roadmap to say, all right, cool, I should trade this. That's why I use this information. It's not, secret knowledge. It's here. Like, that's why I don't understand why people don't make money. Like, I'm not special. You don't have to follow me. I'm not a guru. I'm just trying to give you free information at the end of the day. Because if I die tomorrow, I just want y'all to be better. But anyway, so that's the answer, John. So the dealers increased on their long positions by 6,000. And what do we have here? Going short for the asset managers, major levels, and the leverage hedge fund managers are doing the same thing. So yeah, definitely would be, I don't know, doing that. Definitely would be shorting that because the longs are going up. So definitely will be shorting the euro. Now, not by much, but let's see what we have here for the euro. So we're rejecting this monthly level here. Let's close that up, zoom in. So pin bar, cool, nice. Now we had a major level here. If we don't break this zone, because see how we had a fake out here and a gap up. So if we can keep below this level with like a engulfing candle, that will give me confirmation that, hey, we can definitely be bearish on this move. All right, so let's see. Looking at strength index telling me we're slowly moving up, but all depends on the currency pair. So I would not really feel comfortable trading this against the US dollar, but everything else, especially JPY, Euro CAD, I think this current week coming up, I definitely will continue going long on those trades, in my opinion, especially knowing that those pairs may be going lower. Excuse me, I had to drink some water. So yeah, like those gonna be two major trades. And on Sunday night, I will have the watch list up. I don't know if we're gonna have 6 or 13, maybe have 9, but may find 9 or 13 good solid trades for everybody to look at. But yeah, so that's that on the euro. Let's take a look at the euro bond market, see what we have there. See, we have confluence there. So I'm gonna look at the German and also the Italy. So German going up, opposite of what's going on in the euro, and slowly we have slow increase with Italy. Now Italy, I forgot to bring this up. Italy had a bad week on Thursday. They're gonna be actually decreasing on their GDP based on their production. So that's going to affect the euro as well. Hence why we may have individuals increasing on their shorts. Italy is so close to, I would say, the Vatican. I'm not going to get too deep into what that really plays a factor to. But just in case, I would say be very cautious. Don't trade the euro against the US dollar at all. If you don't have some good setups, if you're not confident, don't have a trading strategy, just don't do it. I don't want you to lose your account and blowing it up because some Yahoo told you to go long on the euro against the US dollar. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying choose your trading strategy based off of fundamentals. All right, but looking really good on the German 2-year notes. So with that being said, we'll be all right on the euro. We'll be okay. We can short that a little longer. So, let's see what we got here. Ready to the dollar. So we can get into the JPY. I'm not gonna do Mexico peso. If you do want me to do Mexico peso, you can actually, ask me in the chat group. I don't mind going over it if you ask, but I personally don't trade the peso. So yeah. All right, yeah. Oh yeah, you trade the peso? All right, cool. All right, cool. So now we have the Japanese yen. Long positions increased. Cool. Let's see the short positions. All right, they increased. Asset managers, leverage funds decrease. So as scalpers, I see on Monday we're gonna have a push up, slow push up, but the major players, we're gonna get that short. We're gonna get a lot of short positions. So yeah, I like to tell people, like, because the market open on Sunday and Monday in a direction doesn't mean the whole week's gonna continue. So like, don't get caught up trading Sunday night, Monday night. If you want to, keep doing that, but you're gonna keep losing your account if you don't have a plan of action. Most of y'all traders don't know how to assess the market yet, and if y'all trading, you're probably losing 9 out of 10, because most traders are holding over Sunday night because they didn't take their profit. So you may get a direction push, either up or down, thinking, oh, this is the trend. No, fool, this is an accumulation. And then you have major players like the dealers taking your losses. So are the other individuals who had taken their profits, make an exchange, and then you're out of a trade. So really understand the flow of the market. Just saying. So Japanese yen, we're gonna be shorting. So let's take a look at that. Take a look at that's up. So I'm probably gonna say, hey, that yen is probably going down. Let's take a look at the index. Yen down. And I know last week, this is my target. This is where I want us to get to. I want to get into this zone, and then we can push up again, do some push-ups. But hey, I've been doing this for over 8 years, so hey, whatever. I'm a long-term trader. I don't really like scalp. That's not my thing. I'd rather trade like the banks and see the bigger picture and get all those pips. But yeah. Hey Cam, you had a question? I saw you unmuted yourself. I guess not. Alright, cool. But yeah, we're gonna go over this more in depth. I know I have a video library. I don't know if I want to drop it yet. I need more people more active in the community for me to want to give a gift out like that, so I can really go in depth about some of these topics, like how to really read the bond market and how to see that correlation. This is just like a quick outlook on it, but I have over 57 hours of video that I recorded. So if, ladies and gentlemen, y'all want this, you can message me directly. I may drop it on April 21st, just because that's the new season of like Tauruses and the zodiac sign, and that's also my birthday. I just want to give y'all a gift, so I don't know if I want to do that then or maybe at the end of May, but I may drop a video library for the community exclusively. See what y'all think about it. So just throwing that out there. So let's get back into it. The COT report. So let's close this up and get this. All right, so we're gonna go over to Switzerland franc. See what we have here. Switzerland franc dealers increased their longs by only 400 positions, and they're shorting their positions and shorting their longs. So with that being said, we're gonna have a lot of mixed thoughts here. I don't like that the leverage fund members are increasing on their longs. That doesn't tell me anything, but there's a lot of mixed sentiment here. There's no real correlation. Yeah, on the dealers as a whole, they've been shorting, but I need more I need more confluence. I need more confidence in one direction. I need these individuals and these individuals on the same page. Right now, I don't see them on the same page if they're dropping their shorts. So, with that being said, let's take a look at the charts. All right, so Switzerland franc, SXY. All right, so we're in between a major level and a monthly level. And this is a lot of noise in the zone. We can have some consolidation. If we get an engulfing, now the only thing that can give us an engulfing if we have some fundamental news. Let's take a look and see at the calendar. Do we have anything coming up next week for the Switzerland franc? Italy, Mexico, US dollar, Korea, JPY. Usually, like Switzerland, they don't have a lot of news. So, with that being said, what I would do, I don't think a lot of y'all individuals do trade it, but I would trade it against the US dollar and also against the euro. And those would be some easy trades to take for being bearish. Excuse me. Been up since 5 a.m. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, so that's my thoughts on that. Let's look at the bonds for Switzerland. I don't think I have the bonds for Switzerland actually, so we're not gonna look at the bonds. There's no really need to look at the bonds for the Switzerland. Switzerland's a safe haven, so just look at the other emerging markets. So yeah, it's safe to say we can continue shorting this. But like I said, do your own analysis. You'll figure it out. Let's look at the gold market real quick, cause I love gold. If you didn't watch our 52 or COT reports back when I was doing the 24FX, I was really saying back in November, very long on gold, and look how far gold went. It's never too late to buy gold, in my opinion. Me personally, I feel like individuals should own physical pieces of gold. A lot of individuals think, oh, you need to have a lot of money, but the smallest amount of gold you can buy is a coin or something that they call a wafer. Okay, some people call it a biscuit, depending on where you're from around the world. But you can buy yourself a wafer, depending on the price of the current gold price. You can get gold for maybe like $100, and just stack that up. Gold is never gonna be something that people don't trade for, commodity. So just saying, good thing to get. As you can see, this was that rejection that a lot of articles, some people said that this was manipulation. I don't know, but yeah, definitely got this push down. So we're gonna get a push back up into the zone. I see this retesting back into this area, and then from there, depending on what we have going on with Brexit, the US trade, and the EU, if we have positive, this is gonna go back down here. If we have positive, we're gonna go back down. If we have negative, we're gonna push up, because that means these emerging markets need to start using more gold. So, like I said, really, if y'all don't believe me on how I trade, this is gonna be something I strongly recommend. Don't follow no guru. Don't even follow me. Get yourself an education on micro and macroeconomics, and you'll never need to follow anyone. Learn technical analysis and manage your emotions, and learn macro and economics. You'll be a great trader. Any bank will accept you. If you're in the States, get your Series 7 license, and you'll be great. Just saying. So, food for thought. But anyway, yeah, that's the gold market. And let's get back into the COT report. Sorry for that rant. No need to go over the US dollar. We already know that story. Let's get into the Zen, aka the New Zealand dollar. And we're going to call it a night, ladies and gentlemen. If there's no more other questions or statements, I'm going through Instagram, and I like what I see. Yeah, definitely gonna be doing the technical Tuesdays. And yeah, if you're interested into that video library I was talking about, message me one-on-one and we can really talk about that more. But yeah, man. All right, cool. So dealers, -31 on their long positions, 582 on their short positions. Yeah, I don't like the confidence. I don't like it at all. Excuse me. So see how we're getting close to the same level. Real mixy, real mixy. Let's see what we have here on the charts. Maybe we can get some headway. See what's going on. Shorts, cool. So if this engulfing, we have 2 engulfing. We're gonna get a 3rd engulfing to this major level and push up. And then let's see on a fib, because the fibs don't lie. Yeah. We're going to get a push up with a wick, not breaking this area. We're going to touch this monthly zone. Yeah. We're going to short and then push up. And then as the Aussie falls, the New Zealand's going to go up. But usually they work in unison and they synchronize. But sometimes when you have a currency pair that usually synchronize and they don't do the same thing, that shows a certain sign in the market that you need to learn. But we're in this major zone here. You see, we're in this major zone, so we had to reject this area. We gotta accumulate some more orders to push up if it needs to. So, just saying, that's that on the New Zealand dollar. Get into the bond market just to, get some confluence here. So then you don't think I'm talking shit out my ass. They don't have them. We don't have the 2-year notes because it's not needed. They move just like the Switzerland franc. So, yeah. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you already know I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you for even taking the time out for watching these videos. Anybody who knows me as their personal coach knows I'm always there for you. I thank you for watching our closing bell video from Profitable Pro and First Generation Millionaires Management. We thank you. Take care. So long.